I'm Shafiq and doing research in linguistics at Annamalai University. So the title here, Syncope, an exceptional phonological process in Malayalam of Mapilla adults. So moving, the aim of this paper is to analyze the syncope, that's the most evident phonological process in Malayalam of Mapilla adults. We will see who are Mapillas. The study is based on 17 adult Mapillas who were talking on a Clubhouse. I think you know Clubhouse. This is a social audio app released in 2021 or 20, I believe. They were talking about corona and field of science. So why I selected them? They were 23-year-old plus Mapillas, and they practice non-profession like taping rubber, painting, and bag works and other. All of them were free from stuttering, stammering, and other speech disorder. Am I audible, please? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you must know what's a syncope. Phonological process, one of the key phonological processes there is a deletion. We have three types of deletion. First, apheresis, syncope, and apocope. Apocope is a phonological process of deleting segment or segments that should be within a word. As you see the example here, cupboard, when you spell it, it is there, but when you pronounce it, you do not say the P sound, that's a plosive sound. It occurs in English and other types of languages, including South Dravidian language. So Malayalam is one of the 4 South Dravidian languages. It's recurrent in Malayalam. What more important is, it is more frequent in Malayalam of Mapilla adults. Now, who are Mapilla? The word Mapilla stands for Ma, means great, Pilla, child. They are earliest settled, according to Gundert Dictionary of Malayalam, they are West Asian Semitic migrant settlers in Kerala. And they had a contact with East Asia. They settled in a part of North Kerala, especially Malappuram, Kannur, Calicut. So they are second majority community in Kerala. They reside in 4 districts, namely Malappuram, Calicut or Kozhikode, Kannur, and some part of Kasaragod. That's the northernmost Kerala. And the prime caste community in northern Kerala, as well as one of the Indian Union territories called Lakshadweep. Now, they're Malayalam. Mapilla Muslims have both clear identity and social significance. That's what Miller views. And they differ from actual Malayalam in terms of phonological and semantic aspect. What do we see? One of the phonological processes, syncope. Syncope is more evident, and it's especially in disyllabic word. And their priority, they prefer their own language than to non-Mapilla Malayalam. As you can see from the data, deletion of plosive k and g. Look at the A. The gloss is vegam, which is equivalent to quick. That's a translation in English. Vegam. In me and ma, that is Mapilla adult Malayalam, they say vam. So the plosive of vela sound g is deleted or deleter. The meaning same. The second word, apeksha, which is a literal translation in English, application, they say apesha, to is missed. So that's the case of one. But when you look at the third one, poganam, in English we call it must go. They say ponam. We see 2 elements of deletion. One is vowel, one is plosive. I think I'm clear. No, not only plosives. When you look at the slide here, you can see the deletion of voiced labiodental approximant. what are the evidence here? They say poverty, that's actual Malayalam, may I go? But in Mapilla, Mapilla to Malayalam, I'm sorry, they say pote. So here you can see the voiced labiodental approximant deleted v is not visible in their phonology or in their speech. Another example, anuvayidam, atombo, and in their say they don't say v, anuvayidam. The labiodental approximant, that's a middle. It's an example of syncope. More importantly, all South Dravidian language, they have a retroflexes. When you look at the last here, this is a gloss, carinho. In English, the literal translation in English is 8 in the past. In Mapilla to Malayalam is kaichu. No, I'm sorry, karichu in actual Malayalam, but in Mapilla to Malayalam, kaichu. Ra, the retroflex, ra is leader or deleter. So what's more? Now, not only retroflexes, we have cases in Mapilla tap and approximant ye, also semi-vowel. An example here, in Mapilla adult Malayalam, they don't say tap. In actual Malayalam, this is poirunno. Did you go? Poirunno. In Mapilla adult Malayalam, say poirunno. Ra, tap is deleter. Now, deletion of approximant ye. An example here, chayayum, anti, chayayum. What you can see here, the cases approximant or semi-vowel ye as well as also deleter. It also they say chai or they say chayum. Oh, I took this word from the data. Here deletion of consonant plus vowel in, as you see in A, and two middle segment you can see ye and a deleter here. And let's see a few more. In the case of lateral approximant, this side is very important. Look at the glosses. Milkum, that's actual Malayalam. And in Mapilla Malayalam, there is a correction here. Nikkum, L is deleter. I'm sorry, this is a nikkum. And here wilkum, and here also wikkum. There is a correction here. L is deleter, wikkum. But when you look at here, kilku, will jingle, that's a translation. Here there is no deletion. So we cannot say when k is preceded by any vowel or when is followed by L is followed by k. We cannot say L is deleted in all way. So there's no rule applied here. You can see here L is followed by k and L is preceded by vowel. In the same way, L is followed by k, L is preceded by I in the case of C. But there is no elision happens. So you can see from previous slides, syncope, that's a deletion, especially middle segment. Non-final, non-beginning segments are deleted in the adult Malayalam, Mapilla Malayalam, and it is a complex procedure. Now, concluding remarks here, deletion of consonant is rather preferred to vowel segment deletion. When you compare other languages, we see deletion of vowel. Here we see not only vowel, we'll see deletion of consonant mainly. And there are chances we have seen deletion of segment cluster E, either say a consonant comes first or V comes later, or vice versa. Now it's recurrent, especially not in a monosyllabic but in a di or trisyllabic words. More than 17 informants when I analyzed for between March 11th and April 28th. So I could notice these are the syncope evidence. A lot are available in my actual paper. For any reference, you can refer to those data. And now that's a conclusion, and here, this is a, here, if you have any comments or questions, I'm ready.
Shafiq, I wanted to ask one thing. When you collected the data, I understand that you have collected, you have done a field work for getting the data on Mapilla Malayalam. But from where did you take the data for the standard Malayalam? Was it a textbook data, or did you do field work in other parts of Kerala where there are influences from various other dialects?
Yeah, thank you. Good question. For actual Malayalam, I took, there is a one book, Manu, I believe that's a reference from University of Kerala, one of my friend. That was a reference actual Malayalam. My focus is on not actual Malayalam. My focus is on Mapilla to Malayalam.
Yes, I understood that. I asked this question because in some, I'm also a Malayali speaker. So in some of the examples that you have cited, I have a doubt that, say for example, Nikum, Nilkum, in the textbook Malayalam, the so-called written, documented, or standardized Malayalam, it is Nilkum. As you have correctly pointed out, it is Nilkum. But in spoken speech, in none of the dialects in Malayalam, Nilkum is actually pronounced. We say Nikum. So this kind of observation I have seen in most of the examples that you have given. So I think these are there in almost all the dialects. So I couldn't find any particular difference in the examples. Obviously, Mapilla dialect has got a lot of phonological differences from the rest of the dialects. But the examples, some of the examples that you have cited here, could be seen in other parts of Kerala as well. This is my observation.
Thank you.
I do not know about the theoretical part. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That I didn't check whether actually whether it is evident in other part of Malayalam. But there is a case of elision, isn't it? Nilkum, Elis, deleted.
Safiq, actually for that example, I also noted, why don't you consider this even as an assimilation case, because this law-ka cluster is changing to a ka cluster, right? Nilkum become Nikum.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And that is quite common in almost all the dialects in Malayalam.
Maybe give it a thought, please.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. So even I have a comment regarding that slide. Can you please present that slide once again, that Nilkum example?
Okay, one moment.
So, in turn I'll speak. So in that, you said there is that example, Kilkum. Actually, I think that word is actually Kilkum. There is a vowel in between, La and Ka. Kilukkum, U is there. So in the other example, if it is a deletion, even I find it as a deletion because there is a consonant cluster, and so the one, that La is deleted. I am not sure, but here in between there is a vowel, so it is not deleted.
Yeah, that's what my point, that in all cases we cannot have a deletion. So there is no deletion.
No, I'm saying the Kilukum is a different case because there is a vowel in between. Others are minimal pairs, but in case of Kilukum, we can count it as a minimal pair because there is a vowel.
Yeah. But there is no, my point is
what I was pointing out. So it is not an exceptional case, I'm saying. Because of the vowel, it is not deleted. Because the syllable there is already CV. But for the other one, it was CC. So maybe to reduce that markedness, they delete that La segment.
But when we apply, just a point, when we apply here, look at it is preceded by a vowel, preceded by, followed by plosive. So in the previous cases, there is a deletion happens, but in the Kilukum, there is no the same followed by. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're
I
right.
think Athira had a point that maybe the transcription had an issue, like one missing vowel is already there.
Yeah,
So please
that's
check
right.
that part, and then the other one, I mean, then it is not there at all.
Yes.
Yes, the back vowel oo is there in between.
Okay. Thank you for your comments.
So the question is, the presenter said that he has not, looked at other areas. I mean, where the selection could be happening, right? But in that case, is it proper to call it Mapilla adult Malayalam? I mean, that is my question, because when you say that, I mean, I feel the presentation was scheduled in such a way that, like, it is talking about the salient features or a unique set of features of this particular dialect, right? So the question is, if the same thing is happening is in other dialects, which we
Right, I think Ritu mentioned the same, like some of these examples are available in
yeah.
other.
So how is in that case, like, when you use the word Mapilla adult Malayalam, it actually kind of connects this to a particular community and its culture and all that. But then when the examples are very much general,
Mhm.
I mean, that's my kind of a concern. It's not a question as
It's
such.
more of a comment on this.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. The comment is basically when Mapilla adults they keep the identity, from their own this kind of language. When you visit the places, especially for district, their identity is based on their languages. But it is quite different when you look at the aged people or school-going children. That's different. But this is my observation. I'm also one of the Mapillas.
I understand the question. In that case, in that particular case, I also believe that the language, the dialect is connected to your identity. But in that case, you should be a bit more precise, right, when you bring up examples. Because when you say that this is Mapilla adult Malayalam, and then bring up examples that could be applied to any other dialect of Malayalam, that's, I mean, that there seems to be a little bit of lack of precision, I guess. So that's what I wanted to point it out.
Fine, I think the point is taken by Safik.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.